The simple and easiest way that you can repel an emotional vampire is take your left finger, point it straight up at the sky, completely vertical. Next, take your right finger and so left finger up, your right finger, put it horizontally. So it's in the shape of a crucifix. Now point that, so like this, like this, point it at the person who's been going on for half an hour about how DoorDash forgot their soda, or they have a leaky faucet. They could easily just turn the water off, but they'd rather complain about all the water damage, or the person who just really likes to cut in line. I don't think that counts as a traditional emotional vampire, but fuck you. Just wait. Wait like everybody else, okay? What's up? I'm Dodecahedron, and today I'm talking about... Now, what is an emotional vampire, you may ask? Barbara at work is being such a pain in the ass. Talk to her? You don't think I've tried? Well, I haven't tried to talk to her, but if I did, then this conflict could get resolved. Oh, what's this? We're all talking about skiing? You know who died in a skiing accident?
My grandfather.
His death was so painful and gut-wrenching. I was there with him when he died, and he said to me that skiing was one of the most dangerous physical activities of all time. Oh, you guys have hair that doesn't get in your face? Well, that must be lucky for you, because while you're doing stuff and it slips in like this, it's just really annoying. Well, I would get a haircut, but the place that I like, they need to take appointments at least 2.5 weeks ahead of time, and I can't plan like that. Like regular vampires, they seek out victims and they suck their life force. But unlike vampires who suck your blood, these emotional vampires suck your time, energy, happiness, and general enthusiasm for the world by piling on negativity on top of anything and anyone they can find. I just need to be clear. I myself have committed some emotional vampirism.
And you probably have too.
We all have. It's very easy to just feel sad or annoyed and just complain a little bit too much. I think everybody's guilty of this, but I'm specifically talking about the people who just chronically do this. There are two particular types of victims susceptible to emotional vampires. One, the exact type of person that I am. I love gossip. I love hearing the tea spilled. I need to know. I need to know everything. The more details, the better. You're never gonna believe what Sharon said to me today. Oh my God, so my boss came in. You're never gonna believe what they did. My mom's driving me crazy. She's telling me she wants me to get more involved with my cousin, and we all know what my cousin's been up to. Somebody like that will just spend hours listening, and it's just a really easy way to cast that line and get that victim of emotional vampirism. Now, we can start to get a little darker here. And that brings me to victim number 2. You're not listening to the tea. You just can't get away from this person because this person just keeps talking and talking and talking, and maybe you're not in a good place or you don't feel confident about yourself. So you can't tell this person to buzz off, or you don't realize you can. You feel like you're trapped listening to this person just go on and on and on and on and on. The vampire is in distress and they need to vent. They find a victim to vent to. This victim listens to them and then gives them counsel, tells them what they need to do, gives them advice. The victim and the emotional vampire bond. The victim considers the vampire to be a close personal friend because of the connection that they share through all this tea and all the intense feelings thrown around during their hangout sessions. I'm putting my stuff out in public, and I expect some negative comments, people getting mad, but I do just need to point out, these are the best stock video that I could find of one person comforting the other. The alternatives were great videos featuring different skin colors or genders, sexes, whatever. Guess it's wine o'clock. Get it? Because they're drinking wine and Or she's seducing her? What the hell is happening? I know as little as you do. The video just cuts off. I had to check. Typed in the creator of the video. His name is Daniel Dash. This is the video we just watched, and this is a second video. It's just a more cut off version. It just cuts off sooner. I don't know what was going on set that day. Daniel Dash, there definitely was a vibe. But they didn't have the 3 videos in a row that went with what I said. Emotional vampires aren't just women. It's just gonna be 2 black women, all right? Sorry, I have stuff to do. This is what you get. Although there are probably elements of real friendship, like there might even be an activity that they do together. Maybe they ride motorcycles or they play video games. The vast majority of the time is spent talking about the emotional vampire's problems. There's only so much negativity the human mind can take. So even if somebody's in a really good place, but they like to hear some gossip, they like to hear some drama, let's just say that person's limit is 117. Vampire will find 118 as quickly as they can, and then they'll just punch past it. As if my week couldn't get any worse. My best friend dropped dead from a heart attack. Well, I mean, that is actually one way to do it. I mean, there are people who just throughout their entire lives have a friend that just takes and that's about it. I really don't like Sharon. Did you hear what Sharon said? Oh my God, I've had enough of Sharon. What usually happens is the victim gets wise. They realize that Sharon just gives me the hardest time at work. Often after some big, huge event. Dude, Sharon got fired. The emotional vampire just jumps right on to the next crisis. There's not even a beat. It's just immediately like, dude, Sharon got fired. You know who's also really terrible? Dave. You know who's also really terrible? Dave.
You know who's also really terrible? Dave.
Dave's
almost as bad as Sharon. Actually, if not, I kind of think Dave is.
There's almost like a... Let me tell you what Dave said and did when the victim realizes, oh crap, this person's an emotional vampire. How about I do something useful and tell you... We've assumed you've already feel like this person's draining your energy. You've already tried to change the subject. You've already tried to move the topics on other things, but they've always seemed to bring it back by reacting less or not reacting and effectively ignoring this person. You could very easily, if this person is seeking maximum attention at all times, this is a great way to just get them to completely walk away. They're probably more than likely going to see that you're not reacting as big and they're too busy. They want more attention from somewhere else. Now, this can absolutely backfire. If you ignore somebody and you don't go the direct route, you run the risk of them filling in the holes, so to speak. Not to mention that if you're not reacting, they might do something bigger to get your attention. There's a lot of cons to this, a few pros, but if you're somebody who doesn't have a ton of bandwidth and this emotional vampire is like a coworker of yours or something like that, it might just be a way to just shut down a conversation or two and move on with your day. Now, we've already gone with the extremely indirect route. How about we try the direct route? Confront them head on, straight up, look them in the eyes while they're in the middle of talking and say, hey, I feel like we've talked about this enough today. Is there any way we can talk about something else? And if you're that just dramatic about it, you're kind of meeting their drama with your drama, one of 2 things can happen. One, they snap out of it and realize, man, I have been complaining a lot lately. And maybe you've started them on at least a semi-beginning of a journey to where they're looking at themselves and watching what they say. Or 2, which is unfortunately the more likely scenario, they realize you've caught on. And unfortunately, emotional vampires are bad actors.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
It's the political term. They're operating with ill intentions. They want to suck your energy, get you to react the way they want you to. And if you're not anymore, they're probably going to move on to greener pastures. However, that does get that scorpion / monkey / whatever off your back. And continuing in that direct route, if you find that you've brought up time and time and time again, you just tell them, look, bud, I can't be friends with you anymore. You're something all right, but you're not for me. And that is probably super difficult. So that brings me to the third and final methodology of getting out. They're a vampire, become a ghost. With the other two choices, contact had to stop at some point. Might as well just stop it right off the bat. Stop responding to their texts, their calls. Now, if this person's a boss or a family member or a partner or a spouse, obviously that's going to be a little bit harder, and that's also probably a slightly different video. But if you don't want to talk to somebody, there's no reason that you ever have to talk to them again. As sad as that is, gotta do what's best for you, boo. Congratulations, hero, you have defeated the vampire. At least until they come back, and then you'll have to repeat the whole process all over again. I've decided on a rebrand. I'm still Rob. If you want to call me Rob in the comments, that's fine. Dodecahedron is a shape, and it has many different sides. Are you goddamn kidding me? It has 12 sides. There are 12 sides on the dodecahedron. How the fuck did I forget to say it has 12 sides? Oh, I'm gonna finish this video. It's the last goddamn thing. And that's kind of what I am as an artist. I'm a filmmaker, I'm an actor, I'm kind of a comedian. Also, it's just really fun to say. Dodecahedron. But my bread and butter have been skits. I do like making videos like this, which are a little more YouTube-y. It just allows me to directly talk and interact with you guys. Just let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Please help me rank. Or you could share it, and you could share it with a friend. You guys can enjoy this video together and improve your vampire hunting skills. Want to see more? Please consider subscribing, because I make one every week. Anyway, guys, I think that's about time.